2099. The Earth destroyed. Humanity's last great hope lies on the dark side of the moon, huddled in an abandoned mining colony, sending signals back through time to chronicle mankind's greatest creations and save the planet once and for all. The game's still weird. The storyline more convoluted than ever. The boys still tugging.
You are now listening to Joystick Tuggers.
I wish there were jelly-filled ones.
Oh, that's so good.
I ate a sprinkle one earlier. It was very good.
What color?
They were like all types of sprinkles. It was on brown frosting though, which felt a little like
Brown frosting. What color are the sprinkles?
the sprinkles were like multicolored.
Okay. It's a paradox if I've ever heard one.
This one smells like sugar, but it looks like cocaine.
I'll taste it for science. Also, I hope it's cocaine.
This other one has just a bite out of it. This could have been from a... This one could have been taken from...
Ooh.
You know what? Now that I think about it, when we opened the package, it had this bite out.
Yeah.
This could have been from a factory worker who like knew the end was near.
He's like, last day on the job, might as well just take one bite of one solitary donut.
Yeah, last day on Earth, might as well eat this before we go out.
Huh?
How is it?
That's pretty good.
Are you getting like amped? Like, does it seem like cocaine or does it seem like sugar?
I'm high as hell right now.
Is it from the donut though? The donut?
The donuts are, I mean, I don't know. It's keeping my buzz going, so probably.
Okay, let me get this, let me make sure this thing's turned on.
Hit the button on the microwave. Put the popcorn setting on.
Yeah, no, it's going. I mean, we microwave it after we record it. Hello, Earthlings, and people of Mars or Moon. We
Pretty good donut.
are eating donuts today. Here, our friend, there was like a capsule that fell into orbit, or like fell, through the orbit of the moon, in Sector F. And our friend Irvin, he's a moon juice cooker over there. He hooked us up with some sweet Earth-era donuts. Donuts?
Donut.
Okay, so a
Donut. It's because they used to put them on doors when they didn't want somebody to go in there. And it's like, do not enter here.
Oh, okay.
Abandon faith, all you who
they're pretty
do
good.
not enter.
Truth be told, donuts are pretty good. We don't get these kind of luxuries very often here on the moon. Just kind of eat like dust and soup made of dust.
In Miracle Grow.
Well,
Obviously
that's
cheese.
just because we have like the massive stockpiles of Miracle Grow, and then the cheese, of course, is from the mines.
Well, when they found out in 2017 that Miracle Grow was the cause of the plant uprising, they shot the rest of it to the moon because they're like, these plants are insane.
Yeah.
And they're like, Miracle Grow, please. And they're like, that must be it.
And they knew there weren't plants on the moon, so it was a good. I mean, it was a good thought, and it allows us to live to this day through our unique brand of carcinogen, kind of like chemical based food systems we have now.
Right. And I mean, yeah, they. Oh, another reason also, I don't know if you know this, but just for posterity's sake, you guys don't need to worry about the plants uprising because the zombies will take care of them. There's a big zombies versus plants.
We played
garden.
We played like a
war times.
Yeah, we played a documentary game based on it. That was pretty eye opening, to be honest. Made me look at Miracle Grow in a whole new way.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna take a do-nut nap.
Yeah, I'm do-nutted. I got promptly do-nutted in the face.
Well, this is the third art archive we've started here. We're still going strong on mankind's greatest achievements. Today, we're going to be talking about a few of the true classics. We're kind of looking to broaden our horizons a little. We've been sticking to Sega Mega Drive, Genesis.
The very first Nintendo.
The first Nintendo.
The first Sega Genesis.
And we've been sticking with those for a little while. And then now we kind of have branched out. So now we have a Game Boy game, which was one of the first hand-based game systems.
Right. How were they played before?
From the 80s. This one was just like a hand. Like you just put it on your hand.
Oh.
And the second game is from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Which
the
was,
first Nintendo.
That was the first Nintendo from Nintendo. The Mega Drive was the first Nintendo from Sega.
Right.
But so we're looking to play. We want to see the differences that technology can make, really, because obviously, technology plays a hand in the downfall of Earth. It plays a hand in our lives today, keeping us, alive and technically alive in one state or another here on the moon.
Who's the real master? Is it the technology, or is it us, amorphous human blobs?
Yes. Is it us moon plebeians? And the answer, of course, is technology. It always has been. And that's really what digging into these games taught us. So today we're going to be looking at a game called Astro Rabby for the Game Boy. Not Astro Rabbi. That would have been better.
That's
more exciting.
That's for the Game Boy 2.
But Astro Rabby, and then a game for the NES called Pesterminator, the Western Exterminator. Today's first game is little something called Astro Rabby for the Game Boy. It's our first portable game we're including in the archive, but it's definitely one worth remembering.
It's a hand game.
It's a hand game. Came out in 1990, the year of our Lord. And
the year of our Lord Squidward.
Jared, do you want to explain the story? I think we place a lot of focus here on story. It's really like where you can kind of learn, get some of the author intent. You can say, what was the author trying to get across here? What were these makers trying to tell us as people in the future, as people at the time? What were they looking to convey?
So there's some dudes, some bad dudes.
I'm still eating donuts, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a donut in a bit. A donut.
This isn't like a thing. We're really eating donuts.
Yeah, this isn't like a thing. This isn't like we're really.
No, it's not. Oh wait,
no, that one's yours.
Yeah, you're good.
This is the one I peed on earlier to mark. We're not Foley artists here. It sounds like it, but no. Listen, you can hear it.
I hear that donut.
A real donut. Donut. So the Dortus troops, not to be confused with the Dorito troops,
or the Tortoise troops.
Maybe they're both.
They could be half. We don't really know, but they look kind of like tortai. But they could be half tortai, half dorati.
Tortilla.
Yeah, they could be like a flavored powdered corn tortuga.
That makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. They look pretty delicious, regardless. But I also like the taste of turtle. So the Doritos troops, they have taken Rabby's power-up parts.
Dang it!
Yeah, I know.
They're always doing that.
I know. Those darn Dortuses.
To what end, I ask?
Oh, well, I mean, they took him to the ends of the planet.
But moon. I mean, not literal ends. I mean, like, to what end? What's the point? Why don't they like Rabby? Why won't they let him fly?
I mean, they just like doing that. That is to the end. To what end?
Oh.
They just like hiding stuff. So
you're saying it's part of their nature.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know how like tortoises like to like hide inside their shell? Well, tortoises like to hide things all across the planet. They take his stuff, which isn't very nice, but they do it.
It's power-up parts.
Right. They take his power-up parts, and they distribute them across the land, and Rabby has to get them back. There's a scientist that created Rabby, kind of like a Mega Man, Dr. Light situation.
Yeah, he's just called Doc in the game's opening scenes.
Right. He's Doc. So I guess he may not even be a doctor. He might just literally be named Doc, like Doc Holliday or something like that.
Yeah.
He wants Rabby to get his parts back. Or he wants Rabby to have his parts back. So instead of getting up his fat ass and getting them...
or just inventing new ones again.
He sends Rabby out to...
From our understanding of this, Rabby is a Astro Rabby. He's a Robo Rabby. He's a metal Rabby. And Doc made him. So guess what, Doc? Just make him again. What's up, Doc? Make him again.
He's lazy. So he's like...
He's like, Rabby, you go do it. Oh yeah, it'll be really easy. He can't even fly.
And also it mentions in the story that he's really like perturbed by this.
It says that Doc is sorrowful.
He's like really bummed. He's like, I wish there was something I could do for Astro Rabby.
Maybe he suffered like a brain aneurysm and he can't like physically like he doesn't have the mental capacity anymore.
He's like, I would do it, but my soaps are on, so he can't go do it.
Maybe he like shakes a lot now. Whatever that's called.
Michael J. Fox disease.
Mm-hmm.
That's a technical term.
Fox condition.
Yeah, it's like Lou Gehrig's disease, Michael J. Fox's disease. Because he possesses it, he owns it. Michael J. Fox's
disease. It's
Michael
not called Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, it isn't.
God, these do-nuts. How do the people of Earth eat all this sugar?
I don't know. That's why they all died at like 36 years old. So. God.
Flavor receptors are like wigging out.
Yeah, you need to get those in for a tune-up. So, he sends Rabby out to get his own power-up parts. He's like, Rabby, you lost your power-up parts. I'm really bummed for you. I got 99 problems, but a power-up parts ain't one. So you go do that. So he sends him out, and to what looks like the moon, you know, our home, Mother Moon. But
praise be to the moon, mother of all things.
That's right.
Lord Grey. We pray to all 50 shades of your grey. The moon above, we love you. The moon below, you are our cheese hole.
That's right. Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes
we haven't been to Moon Church in a few months. We should probably go soon.
Sometimes I just got caught up in the reverie of it all, you know?
Well, Moon Easter's coming up, so we should probably be going. We had to at least, like, you know, show face. And, like,
at least hide an egg or two.
That's right. That's completely unrelated to
I'm hiding eggs all day, if you know what I mean.
So he sends Rabby out, and Rabby is looking for his power-up parts. And that's the game, pretty much.
So the game, it's worth noting, is from a top-down perspective.
Right.
You can see, like, what is like a half circle, and then with two ears coming out of it. You're seeing, like, the top-down view of a Rabby head.
Kind of looks like a bomb chew.
Yes.
From Ocarina of Time.
Kind of does look like a bomb chew.
A far inferior game to this game.
Not a game that we're probably going to feel the need to archive, but some people out there may be familiar with it.
I personally never heard of it. I just know what a bomb chew is.
And you hold a jump button to control how high you jump. And you're playing it from that perspective, trying to platform from one like floating space platform or floating moon platform to the other. And they have question marks on them when you land on them.
They look like Mario Brother. Actually, they look copyright infringement worthy to the question mark blocks from Mario.
Yeah, from Mario. And when you land on them, they'll show you, oh, this one's an exclamation point. What does it do? I don't know, but it makes a noise like you get points for it. And then sometimes you'll land on
points are really important.
You get a heart. Now, the heart, you're thinking, awesome life or awesome romance. Neither come to Rabby. Rabby?
Rabby the Rabby.
Astro Rabby?
Yeah.
Astro Rabby?
Ostro Rabby.
Astro Rabby. It comes to Rabby, and when you land on it a second time is when you pick it up, and when he gets that, it is one of the power-up parts. And it will give you the message on the bottom of the screen every time, Rabby found a power-up parts.
No, Rabby received a power-up parts.
A power-up parts.
He received it. He didn't just find it. It's like, it was given to him. Everyone loves it when you're just like, somebody's like, hey, would you like this? And they give you a power-up parts. Everyone loves that.
Yeah, he willingly accepted it, is what you're saying.
He was gifted a power-up parts.
Yeah, and that's most of the game. So the power-up parts the power-up parts...
A power-up parts.
A power-up parts, once you put it into place, it can give you anything from shooting, which is very useless because there's only like one enemy in a whole level.
And they're usually impossible to hit.
They turn into a tornado and can hit you at any level.
And also can't be hurt by bullets at that point. So
yes. So it's very strange.
What's the point?
It's not really a power-up. Also, the bullet thing does not seem like it would be inherently required to fly. I don't know how that's impeding him from truly flying. There is one that helps you jump higher, and I'd be like, okay, well, jumping is kind of like flying for a little bit of time.
That's what I say to myself every time I jump.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say, like, jumping is falling with style. I think
also,
that's an
jumping
old
on the moon
saying.
Is pretty fun. One time I jumped on the moon, and I, read a book before I hit the ground. It was pretty great.
Yeah, the book was it was like a kid's book, though, right? It was like one of those...
Oh,
it was like one of those thick cardboard ones that, you can gum on.
Did I say a book? I meant the back of, a toothpaste bottle.
Oh. You read those a lot.
Yeah.
Don't you? Well, we have a lot of them up here, because that was another product in the chemical ban.
You're right. Also...
in the Earth to Moon chemical transfer.
It's really good if you put it on top of Miracle Grow.
I haven't tried that. Like with what? Like spearmint?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spearmint and Miracle Grow. That's like the old adage. They go together like spearmint and Miracle Grow. They do.
Spearmint, toothpaste, and Miracle Grow. I have heard that before. It sounds refreshing.
It is.
It's kind of like a summer treat.
Yeah. It makes your farts smell kind of like, I don't know, like grass.
That's good when you have to breathe it in again like we do.
Right.
Can't send that air out the hole, You can send it out your hole. You just can't send it out the hole.
Yeah, that's true.
If you send it out the hole, well, isn't going to be much moon base left.
You're going to go to jail.
I'll have to try that. The grass thing sounds nice. Maybe it would, click my lizard brain back to times of Earth. And then, but it might be too, chemical heavy. I don't know.
It would be just like Earth then.
I guess that's true. So, with Astro Rabby, you find the power-up part. There's a shooting one. There's a protector one. Could not figure out what that does. Maybe it lets you get hit once and then before you die.
I thought it even matters because most of the time you die from just fall. Most
of the time you die from the lack of proper controls, which
yeah,
I think was a conscious decision made by the developers to kind of comment on Rabby's position in this world. It's a space landscape. Everything is very strange. There's kind of like animals coming up out of the ground. Really, you get the sense that these Dortus troops are in power. And Doc, at least formerly had some sort of power. But then now you can see that Rabby doesn't really have any
Doc
power
is also
of his
the only...
own.
That's true. And Doc is the only human that appears in this game.
He is the only human that appears. So I think that the lack of proper controls for this game really are about speaking to Rabby's lack of control in his own life. And that no matter how hard he attempts to get the power-up parts, he often will not succeed because he, sidesteps a platform and falls into a space hole.
Can't he be just happy with what he has? Does he really need a power-up parts?
Does he need to fly? He's hopping. He's a Rabby. He's not only a Rabby, he's an Astro Rabby.
Right.
You know how many of us get to be Astro? No, not many.
The dog from Jetsons. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
He does. Yeah. It's probably started with him.
Knots. Knots do. Some are astronauts. Some are slip knots. Some are...
Correct. Mm-hmm. There are the occasional knots that get it. There's the dog from Jetsons.
There's the popsicles.
There's the Rabbies.
Mm-hmm. Astro Pops.
They're the popsicles. But not a lot of people, especially Robo Rabbits, get to be Astro Rabbies.
Those are my favorite kind of people.
So
Robo Rabbies.
He should have been happy with what he had, I think, and the whole game kind of plays like a spoiled child, kind of whining that they didn't get their. Where's my gun, Mom? I want to shoot the Cloud Man. It's like, it's just, we've heard it before. You sound like a brat, Astro Rabby. Go back to wherever you hop around and live out a immortal, like, fusion core life. Like, have fun being you. Stop trying to change yourself, you know?
He's just a baby, and he cries a lot. I mean, he doesn't show it in the game because it's a Game Boy game, but I can look through the facade of it, You
can see deeper into what the
look into his
creators
eyes.
Really intended.
Look into his eyes on this picture that we're looking at. For all you viewers at home, you can see the picture too. He looks like he's having a good time, but deep inside, he's just screaming.
Yeah, his eyes hold
angst.
kind of this, like, deep sadness where you can tell that he just isn't happy with anything. Like, just existing is painful to him in a way that I can relate to, but I also want to rebel against when I see it in others like him. I think that's probably the real lesson, is that it's telling us, like, hey, remember that other day? Maybe you were being Astro Rabby then. Maybe you were looking for a power-up parts.
You were just a real Astro Rabby.
Did you find your power-up parts? No. Because Mom wouldn't give you that gun. She wouldn't give it back to you again. She said, no, not since last time.
Not since the last time. You shot that poor tornado man. He died, Astro Rabby. Yeah. He died.
That was our air filter specialist for this sector, Astro Rabby.
Who's going to clean this? Who's going to clean these vents?
He was going to clean the nursery air filters after this. And now, how many babies are dead because of your hand, Astro Rabby, they say.
He's just a monster. He's just sickening.
It made me think, maybe I have been like that before. Maybe I've been in that exact situation. Maybe I was the one who did that. Maybe I deserve to fall down the space hole.
Were you the one that killed John?
The air filter specialist?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I didn't. That was a real thing?
Yeah, I killed him. I was hoping you would say that you did, so I could put it on you. I was hoping to get.
I'm not taking that rap.
Microwavable evidence.
No, I'm not taking that rap. You can deal with that. Luckily, though, we're just sending this to the past, not to the present. So
it's just statute of limitations on future crime.
Well, up until like 2071, you should be good for future crime, but then you might be able to be, convicted. But at the same time, you've already said it, and we're going to send this back in time, which means you would have already been convicted if you had been.
Where's Tom Cruise? This is more like a Majority Report. Am I right? So when I was a kid, I had like these weird dreams that were in black and white, and they're always like really old-timey cartoons.
Okay.
And this makes sense because the main character from this is, looks like an old-timey cartoon.
Yeah, he is in black and white.
He is black and white. Well, skin color-wise, he's just white, but there's black, and there's some gray in there too.
Yeah, he wears black and gray things.
Right. As a kid, we had when I was a small child, my brother and I shared a room. Mm-hmm. And one time during these like weird...
By I shared a room, you're referring to your great grandfather's memories of his childhood, since those are also your memories, because
right.
You share them through genetics.
Right. Well, we were born in test tubes, you and I.
Correct. I just want to make that clear for people, just so they know our childhood. By our childhood, we mean the childhood of our ancestors, because we didn't really have one. We were grown in test tubes, and then big, like adult man-sized test tubes until we grew. And then they, like 3 weeks ago, we just came out.
Just 3 weeks ago, just like the Matrix.
And our jelly skin still hasn't come off.
Yeah, hopefully I'll grow hair one day.
Hmm.
Maybe I get some pigmentation. So yeah, anyway, so my great somewhere in there grandfather, yeah. So I had this dream, or I had these dreams where like old timey, like Steamboat Willie,
yes, very old
stuff was going on there. And in one of my dreams, there was a baby crying and screaming. And all of this entire dream was all of the characters trying to find out what was screaming. And I woke up and my brother was a baby and he was screaming. And then I promptly remember going to bed the next night.
Okay.
And everyone discussing that they still couldn't find the screaming. And I tried to explain what it was. And they thought I was insane. Have you ever been called insane in your own dream?
Not that I can think of.
How crappy would that make you feel?
I used to have recurring black and white dreams. Not that this is related to Pesterminator at all, but I used to have recurring black and white dreams when I was little that that there would be like it'd be like a scene with someone I loved in it. Like, oh, it's a family member, it's a friend. And then they would just blow up into like pure blood. And then there'd just be like this little plastic tube that would bounce in front of like the view. And it was supposed to be like this little plastic tube was like a serial killer or something. They were terrifying though. I had another one that you and I, in our great-grandfather times, opened. We found a book at our grandma's house that we opened, and it let out all these like monstrous trolls and fairies and stuff.
Okay.
And it ran out of the like playroom we were in into the main room and killed and ate like all of our extended family. And we locked the door though, so we were safe, but everyone else got like mutilated.
That's pretty interesting.
Now, what I could have used in that dream was like someone to exterminate the fairies, exterminate the trolls that I had unleashed from that book.
More colloquially, yep, that's it. That's the word.
Colloquially?
Nope, colloquially.
Okay.
Known as pests.
Yes, trolls, fairies, lesser races of humans,
Yes.
bugs, scorpions, lobsters, those things.
Right.
Pests. And if I had some sort of person to exterminate them,
tax people,
that could have helped save my family. Well, that's kind of the main focus of the game that we're talking about next, which is Pesterminator, the Western Exterminator.
Very similar.
In which you play as Colonel Cleanup.
AKA the little man.
The little man
Mm-hmm.
is what he has been kind of rebranded to in the years since.
I would assume that's his rap name, the little man.
Yeah. People are like,
Little man.
Big K Cleanup. Oh, Lil Man.
It's kind of like Lil Wayne and like Wheezy Baby.
Like, yeah, it's me. I smash bugs with my feetsies. Look at my teethies. Gonna eat feces.
While sucking on them.
Right?
Yeah, that. That's beautiful.
He would have made a great rapper, but unfortunately that was before his time. Pesterminator is a very unique and strange game. It was for the original Nintendo. It came out in 1990.
Yes.
The year of our Rabby. The year that we were graced with Astro Rabby.
These came out the same year.
They did. And there's a reason for that.
Praise be to me.
There's a reason that people normally say 1990, the best year in games. Astro Rabby, Pesterminator, the Western Exterminator. But the interesting thing about Pesterminator...
I think Big Nose came out the same year, too.
I may have. We've talked about a lot of games there.
The big three, they call it. Like, hey, you know video games. I'm assuming you like the big three.
Yeah.
Pesterminator, Astro Rabby,
Big Nose.
Big Nose. Goes... What does it go?
Big Nose freaks out.
Freaks out. Okay. I was going to say
He didn't go anything.
Big Nose goes
freak
bonkers. That's a good one. Let's put that one.
That's the trequel is what I was going to say. That's the end of the trilogy. But the very interesting thing about Pesterminator that we did not know first upon initial playing, we had to kind of reverse anti-microwave some records from the past to now to us out here on the moon.
Right.
And once we did that, we actually discovered that this game is an adver game, which is something that took off very kind of big for a short amount of time at the end of the 80s, early 90s, it was essentially a video game starring a company mascot used to be a playable ad. Only most of the ones that people think of are like Chex Quest. Okay, so it's like a Duke Nukem style shooter, but with these checks. You've got guns, you shoot checks out, and okay, that comes in a cereal box.
Great game. It's just a Doom mod.
Actually, a good game. Yeah,
it's because it was just a Doom mod. It was just literally a Doom mod. So yeah,
actually a good game. And then there are ones that are like
Yo-Noid.
Okay,
that our great grandparents talked about.
Yeah,
our yes, great grandparents.
Yes. It's like Domino's, a bigger pizza chain at the time. Their mascot. Okay, so this company, Color Dreams, they don't make licensed games. So
strike one.
They figured out a way to get past the NES's protection in order to sell games without paying the license fees to Nintendo.
Yes.
They're like, okay, cool. We're basically doing something that's pseudo illegal. Definitely against Nintendo's contracts, but also legally gray overall,
which we like on the moon because we're into gray things, especially.
Yes, we love it. That here is just like it being legally black and white,
right? Gray zone is where we're at,
and they're like, okay, so we want to get in on the adver game thing. It's big nowadays. What could we do? Let's see. There's the Cool Spot. Darn it, that's taken. They made a game called the Cool Spot.
Chester Cheeto.
Chester Cheeto. I don't know. He probably did.
He did. It's bad.
Yo-Noid. Dang it. It's taken. What if we got Chex? Nope. Chex is taken. What
McDonald's.
if we got McDonald's? Nope. They've got a slew of other companies working for them.
Yeah.
And then they sat there and they looked at the very last thing on their list and they said,
I know what it was.
What about...
They didn't even see anything on the list. They literally just looked over in the corner and there's just...
cockroach there.
There's a huge rat king in the corner just festering around.
And they said, gosh darn it, we need to hire someone. Oh, wait, maybe they should hire us. And they flipped open the phone book and they put their finger on it and they said, the Western Exterminator Company. And that's who they picked to partner with on this adver game.
Kids are going to love it.
Kids love exterminating things.
They love killing... Well, they do love killing bugs.
They do love killing bugs. They love exterminating things. But, you know what the kids typically don't do? Employ the services of a professional exterminator. Which is kind of the strangeness of this all. It's like, are they hoping that it was kind of like you know what, Mommy? I've noticed there are a lot of pill bugs in my blankie.
That's right. Mom, you don't clean very often. And by that I mean ever.
By that I mean you're one nasty skank.
That's right.
Mommy, you gotta go to the skank specialists.
I would, but I work 6 jobs so I can buy you these stupid Nintendo games.
And then he said, yeah, but there's one place you can afford, Mommy. The Western Exterminator Company. Which, at the time of you listening to this in the past, is still a company. Still very much in business.
Still a thing.
Still using the little man.
I don't
Colonel Cleanup as their mascot, as their logo.
I don't know where they're... I mean, they're obviously located in California.
Based out of California, yeah.
I don't know if they're... It's like their whole shtick. They're like, we wish we could get to like the East Coast. We wish we could get to the Midwest, but we literally are the Western Exterminator. We only deal in things that take place in former mining towns.
Yeah, they're like, what do we exterminate? Scorpions, snakes, desert frogs, desert dolphins, desert sharks,
right?
Lobsters. The game features
sand
smashing
crabs.
Lobsters, sand crabs, fennec foxes, coyotes, Aboriginal people, Native Americans, canyons,
peyote flies,
mesas, sandstone,
mesas,
mouses. Yuzas and Misas.
Yes, exactly. All of the.
Yeah, I just think that it's a matter of specialty. It's probably, honestly, they just don't want to go places where there's a lot of winter. I don't think it's so much a east-west. It's more probably a temperate, like tropical situation. Like they're looking for. We don't want to be like the Michigan Exterminators because it snows a lot there. You know what snow does? You know what they call snow? Nature's Exterminator. So they see it as kind of
the
like
great equalizer.
The great equalizer. They see it as kind of like a direct competition to them. So they only go places where there aren't snow. Now, before we get into the story of Pesterminator, I do want to read to you the description of the story legacy that we were able to retro anti-microwave grade back to the future here so we could read it to you.
We dialed up to AOL, which is... I don't know. I can't...
Advergame
okay.
Out loud.
Okay, out loud. Yeah.
So their description of the Little Man in the year 2016 is the Little Man first joined the Western family in 1931 when a Yellow Pages advertising representative came to Carl and Ray trying to... Just Carl and Ray. They don't give us the last name because we're on a first-name basis with the founders of Western Exterminator Company.
There's only one Carl in history, and his son went on to make Hardee's. And there's Ray, who him and his friend Ban, they went on to create some of the biggest sunglasses the world has ever known.
Yes. So Carl and Ray tried to sell a small ad and promised the creation of a unique logo if a contract was signed. Carl and Ray agreed, and the Little Man was born. Now, this is the key thing here, is we were hoping to find, some more information about Pesterminator, this game, 1990. Peak video game. I mean, we're talking, this is genius design. Everyone knows the designers. Montgomery. Yeah, we know. He's the Pesterminator guy. He's a genius.
That's right. He has his own building at, NYU.
Wait. Who made this game? DeVille? You mean the Pesterminator guy? The soundtrack guy from Pesterminator? Everyone knows.
You mean music god? Yeah, we know.
Yeah, music god DeVille.
Yeah, we put that stuff on every night when we're making love.
Very sexually active person in this scenario. But this is the great paragraph here, is in the decades that followed, he's gone from pest control man to icon, a frequent exterminator to the stars, and to sitting U.S. presidents. He's appeared in movies. Pause. No, this is not on the page. What movies has he been in besides just the truck in the background driving by?
He was in Pesterminator. He was in Pesterminator 2 Judgment Day. He was in Pesterminator 3 Rise of the Pillbugs. He was in Pesterminator Salvation. He was in Pesterminator Genesis, the first Sega console.
Yes.
And the first Nintendo console.
The first Nintendo. Okay, so back. He's appeared in movies, been seen by millions of commuters along the Hollywood, Bayshore, and I-405 freeways. For one thing, you can't boast. They basically just said, we have a billboard.
No, you're misreading it. What they're actually saying is that he panhandles out there.
And during his rougher times. And even toured with the 80s rock band Van Halen. What does it mean? Were their pest problems so bad that they had this company touring with them?
So some people are like, do you like Van Halen? Van Hagar. Van Halen, when David Lee Roth sang. Van Hagar, when, Sammy Hagar sang. And then or you like Van Little Man, when Little Man sang for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to the radio and they only play Van Little Man for a reason.
Through it all, he's maintained a pristine sense of decorum that harkens back to the customer-oriented, service-friendly bygone era in which he was created. Which is, of course, 1930s.
Yep.
Time of World War II, just after the Great Depression. Everyone was known for service.
He dresses the same still. He kind of dresses like an Undertaker.
It's kind of
with the mallet.
Frightening, yeah.
All you viewers at home, I'm sure you see what we're talking about here, so...
So anyway, it's also worth noting that these records that the company has in 2016 also describe Little Man as, like a favorite uncle, he takes care of life's little details.
It's pretty creepy.
Dapperly dressed in his top hat, tails, bow tie, and spit-shine shoes, he does it with a sense of effortless style, offering a warning finger of caution to ward off any pests.
That's true. He has a constant finger up.
But carrying a large hammer representing the strong service that's at his fingertips. Which I like. You put the finger up, the pests go, oh, I better stay back. But if one of them is feeling...
This guy means business.
This guy means business. He's got his finger up. But then you get that cocky pill bug in the joint who's like, I'm going to roll up on this guy.
We're rolling deep.
I'm rolling up on him. Then he's got the mallet. Smash that pill bug.
That's right.
Now, the problem with the pill bug is in the game...
He puts it in and then he puts it in a box and he sends it to its family members. And he's like, oh yeah? You want a piece of me?
He's like, you see that smashed exoskeleton? That used to be Fred. And they're like, no.
Fred's dead.
Fred's dead. And they're like, I want my boyfriend back.
That's right. Baby, Fred's dead.
So
Bruce Willis says.
The best part of the game, well, not the best part. There's really no best part of the game.
They're all great parts. And by that, I mean, it's all garbage.
The best part of the game is that the pill bugs, which are featured prominently in the enemies the pests that you must kill, are juggernauts, raid bosses, god tier, next level mega warriors.
Professional video game NPCs.
You hit them once. Do they die? No. They say, I take another strike. Well, I'm going to roll up. I'm going to come at you faster than the terrible controls will allow you to smash your mallet down. That's right. They hit you, they bounce off you, they knock you to the side, they bounce off the walls, they bounce back at you. It's crazy. You kill scorpions easier. You kill snakes easier. You kill lobsters easier.
Well, yeah.
Why are you killing lobsters?
Lobsters, I mean, have you seen a lobster? I know you've never seen one, but have you seen the pictures in our archives of lobsters? They're just the most disgusting. Bugs are gross. All bugs are gross.
I've seen a picture of the cheese biscuits from Red Lobster, which I assumed was some sort of like egg.
Those are delicious.
That the lobsters laid.
You know why those? Yeah, that's true. But it takes like 6 weeks for them to form, so you can eat them in the meantime, and they're really good. All lobsters originated in Cheddar Bay. They laid their eggs there. That's why they scoop them all out. That's what the show Alaskan
Cheddar Bay.
Cheddar Bay scoopers came from. And you can eat those. But lobsters are literally huge, hideous bugs.
I know
that people eat. I don't get it.
I know that, but who are they pestering?
Have you seen their claws?
Is there like a guy who lives on the bottom of like a tide pool who's like, these pests, they're infesting my home?
No, a guy was walking down the street one day.
Seafood restaurants.
Oh, that's true.
They invade those a lot.
That's true. They just sit up in front, like they sit up in the front in like the
they
glass
just
aquarium.
Watch that take.
Stare at you like, yeah, come in if you dare. What if we just broke this down and started like running amok? What if I just broke these rubber bands? Yeah, you don't mess with those. Well, one guy
they're always training with those. It's like the things you squeeze.
Yeah,
they're always training like their claw strength with those rubber bands, looking at you, going.
That's why they're all jacked. The only lobster I've actually ever seen is the one from SpongeBob, and he's jacked. So
he is jacked.
Larry Lobster. So yeah, one guy was walking down the street, and his wife was with him, and the lobster pinched her on the booty. He turned around, and the guy goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "She's mine now." He took that guy's wife, and the guy got divorced. Mm-hmm. So now they are legally considered pests. You know why? Because that was Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Obama was the man whose wife was stolen?
By a lobster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they are, I mean, and he like...
Wait, President of the United States Obama or Dark Lord Obama?
I don't know how to tell you this, but they're one and the same.
I've, for some reason, never thought of that before, but it seems very obvious.
Obama was a really common name, so it's really hard to get, like, to just, you would assume, like, Barack Hussein Obama, like... Yeah, him and like his neighbor and like everybody on my block, besides me, is named that, and I'm just called Barack.
Everybody on my block.
Usain Bolt Obama. That was my name when I was younger in my block.
Before the test tube took hold.
Yeah, exactly. In my previous life.
Your previous life, where they like boiled you down to your component parts and then put you in a test tube to make you who you are today.
Right.
Barack. Your name was Barack Usain Bolt Obama.
Yes.
B-U-B-O. Boobo.
Also, I was covered in boobons, so...
Good old Boobo.
So, anyway, that's why they're considered pests.
So what we're trying to say is NES, 1990, you're a child, you wake up, you say, ooh, Pesterminator.
For Christmas, you shouldn't have.
You play it, your life is forever changed. You never have a pest in your home.
You die the saddest, loneliest child.
Look, I'm going to break it to you, you guys. Sometimes I try to get pretty deep on these games. Sometimes I try to, you know, fluff things up a little bit for this, but this game just sucks.
It's the worst.
Don't play this game.
It's really bad. You walk in and
you have to smash these bugs with mallets, and the controls are terrible.
And you go in a door, and you go in a door, and you kill all the bugs in that room, and you walk out of the door. Okay, so here's what it is. You walk into a house, you kill all the bugs in the area, you go in a door, you kill the bugs in that area, you come out of the door, there's a whole bunch of bugs in the area that you just kill all the bugs in. You're like, okay, I guess I'll kill all these bugs too. You go back in the door, again, there's more bugs in there too. And you have to kill all the bugs before you go to the next level. And it's the worst game ever.
I agree. It's like it has all the thrill of real life extermination without any of the bug guts you get to taste and lick off your hands at the end. 0 out of 0 stars. 0 moons out of 1 moon heart. This one should go straight in your cheese hole. That's it, folks.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote for this episode of the Moon. Future Moon. Coming to you in the future past. Sending it out everywhere it will go in time.
And it's gonna
But
go
not
fast.
to people with us. We don't want them to know that Jared murdered that man. And those babies died. We don't want them to know.
I do want them to know, kind of.
I mean, it would be a big weight off your shoulders.
Well, not even that. I want to instill fear. I want them to know.
Oh.
You come into my place.
You want it to be like a power play.
That's right. You come into my place. You try to change my air filters. You try to help me breathe better. Well, guess what? I'll give you what for. I will slice off your head and I will throw it across the moon. No remorse.
I will kill you. And you could, even if you have a knowledge that no one else on the planet, the moon, can obtain. I'll kill them. I'll kill you so no air filters get done.
That's right.
And the babies will all die.
Well, I mean, we do need air, but at the same time, he tracked in a lot of dirt onto my carpet, and I had just cleaned it like 6 weeks prior. So he's dead now.
Sounds like you deserved it.
Oh, definitely. I don't care. I hope I can never breathe again. I hate breathing. I like killing.
I love killing. Look, you guys, we had a lot of fun today talking about Astro Rabby. Astro Rabby.
Got some garbage
games. Pesterminator. Both terrible games, but some of the best video games ever made. Honestly, that's how low the bar is for video games sometimes.
It's one of the lowest mediums. Everyone knows this.
We're checking every day, you guys. We're saying, we're looking out the window. We're going, is the Earth there?
Papa, Papa.
Nope. Papa, is the Earth outside? And he's like, no, the sky is dark.
It's only
except for the
Detroit.
sun. Just a tiny Detroit planet. And we're looking out every day and it's not happening. So we don't know what we're doing wrong necessarily, but we're also checking our Moonmail accounts. We have a number set up. We have the Moon Twit. We have Moon Book. We have all these separate microwaves set up just waiting to receive. Mm-hmm. We're not getting anything, so...
We're not cooking anything because we're afraid that it's going to transmit while we're cooking something. And then, like, you're like, hey, guys, I was just asking you. And I'm like, asking us what? I can't read it. It says Hormel complete. I think that's what I was cooking.
So I can't stress enough, we need your Moonmail. We need to know, what do you need to know about the destruction of Earth to prevent its destruction? What do you need to know about the video games of the past, in the future, or the past? What do you need to know in the past,
or the future,
in our past, of the games from your past and our past? Mm-hmm. What do you need to know if you're someone from the future? What what's the future like? Is the Earth there? Why aren't we there? How do we get to that future? These are all things that you could be letting us know via Moontwit, via Moonbook.
How's the pornography in the future? I want to know.
Email
we need to know.
You can electronic mail us at Joystick Tuggers at moonmail.com, but you just replace the word moon with gmail.com.
You have to set up a macro on your computer you have to set up a macro that every time you type in moon, it autocorrects to G. It's the only way you can do it.
And,
which stands for gangster mail. I don't know if you knew that. That's where it came from. Early 90s hip hop. They invented email and they're like, nah, it's Gmail now.
Oh, Gmail.
That's right.
He's the OGmail.com.
That's right. I'm the alpha male, or what you could call the OG mail.
Well, you could call amail.com. So, send us something there. We're really interested to know that you're out there and able to hear. We're going to keep sending the broadcasts into the past, into the future. We know the science is right. We've gone over it again and again. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have probably gotten like Hot Pockets and stuff just showing up. Not Hot Pockets, like pizza rolls just showing up like on the floor and stuff. Cause we're sending back more than just this. We're sending a lot of stuff back. Sometimes by accident, sometimes we're just like, okay, we just like to I just want to heat up this pizza roll for 20 minutes, 16 seconds. I wrapped it in too much aluminum foil again. It's a block that fills the whole microwave.
If you guys get a pizza roll, like go to your local store because we send them there sometimes too. If we can, like we send them into the existing pizza roll packages and you crack them open. It's like a fortune cookie. Have your lucky numbers on there, which is pretty cool.
Could also have the cassette tape of the show.
Right, could have the cassette tape of the show. Just could have something really stupid that we wrote in there. But you should just go there right now.
It could be like screws, raw metal,
right,
or that kind of thing. It could also be inside. All of
rat
which
feces, rat poison.
All of which is collectors. Yeah, go inside, take it. It's a gift from us. No need to pay.
No.
Leave. Crack those bad boys open while they're still cold.
That's right. Crack open a couple cold ones.
Crack open a cold one and squish down a warm one. And we will see you guys next Friday on the moon. Which, as far as we know, is Friday on the Earth.
We hope this transmission meets you, person of the past, in times of peace and plenty. As always, remember, pickles make the best gifts. Goodbye.
Ah.